So this is smart nets. Bycatching. Bycatching can happen almost anywhere, and this is when animals that are not the target species are accidentally caught in fishing and left for dead. It impacts the biodiversity of oceans and later on will hurt us through a domino effect in the food chain. The World Wildlife is working with its partners to create fishing hooks that are safer for marine life and are getting more guidelines in place so that even if bycatching occurs, the victims are safely put back into the ocean. One of the root causes of bycatching is modern fishing gear being so hard to see and efficient in catching its target and anything that gets in the way of it. This is a major problem, and it affects a vast majority of animals in the ocean, like dolphins, sharks, sea turtles, things like that. My solution would lead to a healthier marine ecosystem and would help fishermen do their jobs more efficiently. If people continue to live with this problem, it will disrupt the entire food chain through a domino effect. So there are some potential solutions like putting more rules and regulations into place. Some do pirate fishing and do not follow any of these laws. So this would help prevent that. Making fishing nets with some cameras and robotic arms that close the net when it approaches an animal that it is not supposed to catch, and then opening up again once that animal moves away. It will allow fishermen to safely catch fish without catching the wrong type of organism and still being able to catch what they need. My solution is a permanent fix because it will get smarter and work better as it sees more animals. AI is needed to solve this issue so that it can open and close the net every time that it classifies an animal as something that it is not supposed to catch. I recommend computer vision and machine learning. Machine learning so that it can classify the different types of animals, and computer vision so that it can act on that classification. My approach: start a company that manufactures these robotic nets and distribute them to fishing companies. I would start a company, and then I would hire people who are specialized in machine learning and computer vision to help improve my code and the functionality of my product. I would open a factory to produce these nets. Then I would advertise. I would need workers, an office building, a factory, and supplies. Computer vision would allow the robotic arms to open and close the net based on the classification made by the machine learning model. If we were to solve the bycatching crisis, it would save thousands of innocent creatures from death and capture. Bycatching is the incidental capture of non-target animals when fishing. I would make a net with robotic arms and a camera that would open the net when a target animal approaches and close it when a non-target animal approaches. I would use AI and machine learning to create a healthier ocean ecosystem. This would also be used as an app for those who fish as a hobby or a sport, where they show the app and the animal they caught, and it will classify it as something they're allowed to catch or something that they're not allowed to catch and something they have to put back into the ocean. Thank you.
Thank you, Ragini. That's a very noble thought. I'll open up the floor to the participants and the students.
I can go first. Ragini, that's a very interesting problem. I have not thought about that. So kudos to you to think about something like this. I am more thinking from the perspective of how customizable this app can be, or this program can be, because most of the time I don't know much about fishing, but my understanding is you generally fish a lot of things and then they later put them in different categories, and then take what's needed and leave the rest of them out to the ocean. I believe, I guess they are not doing that. But if you're catching a net, using a net to catch a fish where you have thousands and thousands, and they might be looking very similar in the bundle, how will you refine the program to exactly know which are the ones that needs to be taken out? So especially if people are focusing on catching multiple types of fish at the same time, not just one type.
Right. So my solution is that it'll close the net before the animal that's not supposed to be caught is even gone inside. And the machine learning model is made in such a way that it knows which ones are supposed to be caught and which ones are not supposed to be caught, and which ones are illegal to catch.
I see. So they are not even getting in the net. So it is more like how about the time consumption of, like, nets are generally used to catch things in bulk. So I'm like very interested, and this is probably not an AI, it's more of the design of the net here. It's probably not the AI based technique here, but I'm just curious that what the net will look like, where your program is going to scan through every animal and see which one to catch and which one to not. So have you given some thought about that design?
Yeah, actually. So I think I can try and draw something. I think I'll need you guys to tell me if you can see it or not. So can you see what I just drew here?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so imagine that this is the net. I am not very good at drawing, but we'll just assume that this is the net and this area is like the arms, this like pointed areas. And then it'll open and close based on what animal comes by. So let's say a sea turtle comes by, the arms will close the net so that the sea turtle can't come in. And if there is like, I don't know, some type of cod or something that it is supposed to catch, it'll open the net back up so that the cod can get inside. And so this is basically just needing AI so that it can classify what it's supposed to catch and when it's supposed to not catch something.
Yeah, that definitely will make for a very interesting looking net, but I love the idea. So thank you.
Thank you.